ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀਓ। ਜਤ ਕਤੈ ਤਤਹਿ ਦ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਟੰ ਸਵਰਗ ਮਰਤ ਪਿਆਲ ਲੋਕੈ ਸਰਬਤਰ ਰਮਣੰ ਗੋਬਿੰਦੈ ਨਾਨਕ ਲੇਪ ਛੇਪ ਨਾ ਲਿਪਯਤੇ ਸਰਬਤਰ ਰਮਣੰ ਗੋਬਿੰਦੈ ਨਾਨਕ ਲੇਪ ਛੇਪ ਨਾ ਲਿਪਯਤੇ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, this is the 16th part of the Salok Sehaskriti Katha. These beautiful slok by Guru Arjan Dev Ji Padshah. We've all just listened to the 36th slok, 36ਵਾਂ slok ਆਪਾਂ ਸਭਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਰਵਣ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ। ਆਓ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਪਾਵਨ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਬਾਣੀ, ਇਹ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਰੂਪ ਬਾਣੀ, ਆਪਾਂ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਚੁੱਭੀ ਮਾਰੀ ਹੈ। So let us dive into these beautiful words of Guru Arjan Dev Ji Padshah Ji. Jat kateh tateh dristtan. So Guru Arjan Dev Ji Padshah Ji saying to us, kende jat, wherever, jat kateh tateh dristtan, meaning what Guru Arjan Dev Ji Padshah Ji saying to us is saying, wherever I look, dristtan, what do I see? I see you. tateh meaning you. ਮੈਂ ਹੁਣ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਦੇਖਦਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਹੀ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਹੋ। Wherever I look now, I can only see you. Jat kateh tateh dristtan. And they're saying even, it doesn't matter where I look now. That can be, kende savarg. Savarg means even in the heavens. Whether that be in paradise, kende mart. Whether that be in mart. Mart means in this world. Upon this earth, when I look around, kande mart payal loka. Loke means world. Payal, Sangat ji means, is referring to those worlds which are said to be the netherworlds, meaning hell. Aithe Guru Arjan Dev Ji Padshah Ji is talking about that person, that being that has reached that avastha, that state of jat kateh tateh drishtan. Kende jithe vi ye dekhda ho now, wherever this person is looking, doesn't matter wherever it is, be in hell, be in heaven, be in this world, they see only but you now. And Sangaji, what does this mean? When we saying that even if it's heaven, even if it's hell, they're seeing you. Sache Paatshah Ji, Dhan Sri Guru Gobind Singh Ji Paatshah Ji, they say to us every morning in Sri Jaap Sahib, they say that Tribhavan Mihip. Tribhavan means the three worlds. The three worlds that have just been mentioned here in this pankti here, talking about Savarg, Mart and Payal. Kende Tribhavan Mihip. Mihi Sangat ji means dharti. Papa Mihi Papa, the Papa means palan wala, meaning that one that takes care of Tribhavan Mihip, of all three worlds. Mihip is referring to that one that is the palan wala, the one that takes care of all these different places, meaning Mihip can be translated to king, saying that Tribhavan Mihip Sur, Nar, Sur. Sur means the Devte. Sur is referring to those beings that are beyond, that haven't got this physical body of the Panchatat, this body that is made out of the 5 elements. Those that are living in different realms of these heavenly, they have these places where they live in these heavenly places. just like Pachi is saying here, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸਵਰਗ. So who is there? ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੁਰ ਤ੍ਰਿਭਵਨ ਮਹੀਪ ਸੁਰ nar. Nar, Sangaji, means human beings. And over here, those human beings, where do they belong to? They belong to Mart, Triphavan, the three worlds. Mart here meaning this earth here. Triphavan, Mihip, Sur, Nar. And then we've got Asur. Ada is slightly separate. Asur. Sur again is that same word. Sur means Devta. Devta meaning those that actually abide in that heavenly world. Sangaji, those that are referred to as even as deities. But can this sur nar asur? Asur meaning the demons, or the opposite to these angelic beings. Can they even be a demon? Can this sur nar asur? Net, ban, trin, kahat. Sangaji, when we read these words, there's so much depth in every line of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Paatshah Ji's Bani, in Sri Dasam Granth Sahib Ji's Bani. So even when we look at the words of Guru Gobind Singh Ji, can they asur, whether it be the demons, can they, you are the king of all these places, Waheguru Ji. What does it mean, you are the king of all these places? Sur, nar, asur, net. All of these beings inside of them are saying net, meaning na iti. Na iti means na aithe tak, net, meaning that inside of their hearts they have got that one. At the core of them is that one, Waheguru Ji, that you cannot put a limit on, that you cannot say that one is up to here, that one is up to there. That one that is limitless resides within demons, resides within human beings, resides within those devte, those angelic beings as well. Can they net, ban, trin, kahat? Can they even where? Can they, that one is vibrating? Kahat means that one is vibrating inside of the one that is na iti. That even within a trin means a blade of grass. Oh, hai kithe nahi. But Sangat Ji, this is Guru Gobind Singh Ji Paatshah Ji has got that akh, has got that eye. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Paatshah Ji saying to us that doesn't matter where I've looked, where I've gone, whether I look at somebody that is a demon, and Guru Gobind Singh Ji Paatshah has got that sight to be able to see all three worlds. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Paatshah Ji is also referring to those people of this world. Sangat Ji, there's three, we talk about three worlds. Yes, they exist as in these different realms as well, but they also all exist within this world as well. Who is a human being? A human being is Sangat Ji that lives in that place of is saying what avastha is a human being that lives in Mat Lok, that is actually here, that nar ਪਿਆਰੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਆ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਸੰਭਾਲਦਾ, ਆਪਣੇ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਸੰਭਾਲਦਾ, ਪਰ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂਗਾ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਦਰਵਾਜ਼ੇ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਉੱਥੇ ਜੋ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਹੋਈ ਜਾਵੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਮਤਲਬ ਨਹੀਂ. Somebody that lives within this world is that person that takes care of themselves and their family. They don't look at what's happening outside of those doors. They take care of themselves and that's it. Nobody else they look towards. Sangat Ji, and who is a demon? A demon is that person, Asur. Asur meaning that person that lives in Piyal, in the netherworlds. Those that live in hell while still in this world are those people that never mind that they just take care of themselves and they just human beings. They are those that just allow others to be. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ. ਉਹ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ. They don't say anything to anyone else. ਪਿਆਰੇ ਮਹਾਂਪੁਰਖ ਇਹ ਬਚਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ. ਮਹਾਂਪੁਰਖ actually say this. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਅਸਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜੇ ਤੂੰ ਭਗਤੀ ਕਰਨੀ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਕਰ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ if you're going to do ਭਗਤੀ, if you're going to devote yourself in this life to God, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਚੰਗੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ, ਕਰੋ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ do it. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਪਰ ਜੇ ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ, if you're not going to do anything, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਘੱਟ ਤੋਂ ਘੱਟ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੋਰ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਨਾ ਸਤਾਈ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ make sure if you're not going to devote yourself in ਭਗਤੀ and serve others in this world, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ then keep one thing in mind. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ they don't bring don't bring dukh, don't bring suffering to others as well. And that is what they're referring to as somebody that is living on that plane, that don't bring suffering to someone else. But a demon is that. ਅਸਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਅਸੁਰ ਕੌਣ ਆ, ਦੈਂਤ ਕੌਣ ਆ, ਦੈਂਤ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਆ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪਿਆਰੋ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਹੋਰ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੁਖੀ ਹੋਣ ਦੇਣਾ. I'm not going to allow somebody else to be happy as well. I'm going to bring suffering to them. ਤਾਂ ਉਹਦੀ ਬਿਰਥੀ ਇਹ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ ਜੋ ਇਹਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਆ ਜਾਵੇ. And their birthi, their state is this, that whatever they've got, I want that to come to me as well. Sangat ji, but somebody that has awakened from inside, Guru Gobind Singh Ji Paach Ji is telling us over here, kende tere pavan miheep, kende I have seen that Waheguru Ji is the king of all three worlds. It doesn't matter of what type of person I've seen in my life, that King Waheguru Ji is taking care of everyone. Whether that be a sur, whether that be a nar, whether that be a asur, that even whether it be a blade of grass, they all inside themselves have that Waheguru Ji beating inside of them. And that's what this is talking about. Jat kateh tateh dristtan svarg mart pyal lokah. And Sangat Ji, there's many that we find within Tan Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Sache Paatshah Ji that have contributed their Gurbani to that Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatshah Ji, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Paatshah Ji have taken their Bani and put it within Guru Granth Sahib Ji Paatshah Ji's Bani. They have experienced this avastha. I mentioned this in one of the Hukamnama Kathas. Bhagat Namadev Ji was at that avastha. Now I haven't got time because I want to try and get through at least 3 to 4 sloks today. But Bhagat Namadev Ji, Sangat Ji had reached that avastha where wherever they looked now, they could see Waheguru Ji. That Jat kateh tateh dristtan, wherever they're looking. Sangat Ji, one time Bhagat Namadev Ji tell us themselves, they say that when they went to get water, ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਠਾਕੁਰ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਇਸ਼ਨਾਨ ਕਰਾਉਂਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸਨ because they would bathe an idol, because that's what Bhagat Namdev Ji's worship was towards. When they would bathe that, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਉਹ ਨਦੀ ਤੇ ਗਹਿਰਾ ਪਾਣੀ ਲੈਣ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਉਸ ਮੂਰਤੀ ਵਾਸਤੇ, ਉਸ ਠਾਕੁਰ ਜੀ ਵਾਸਤੇ, where Bhagat Namdev Ji went this one day to go and get some water from the nadi. And as Bhagat Namdev Ji went there, and ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਉਸ ਨਦੀ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਪਾਣੀ ਭਰਨ ਲੱਗੇ ਘੜੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ as they started to fill some water into a pot so they can go back and bathe this Thakur, this idol that they worshipped. But today Bhagat Namadev Ji, they looked back, ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗੇ ਕਿ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮੈਂ ਅੱਜ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿਹਨੂੰ ਕਿਸ ਨੂੰ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਇਸ਼ਨਾਨ ਕਰਾਉਣ ਜਾਵਾਂ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ who am I going to bathe? They asked themselves a question. Why did Bhagat Namadev Ji ask themselves that question today? That who am I going to go and bathe? They said, you're sitting here. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ हे ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ, हे ਪ੍ਰਮਾਤਮਾ, हे ਬੀਠਲ, हे ਠਾਕੁਰ, हे ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ, ਵੇਖੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇਸ ਮੱਛੀ ਦੇ ਰੂਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇਸ ਦਰਿਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇਸ਼ਨਾਨ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ हे ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ, look, today, look at you swimming around in this river. And you're bathing in this river over here. You're already having a bathe here. Who am I supposed to take this water to? ਪਿਆਰਿਓ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਆ ਦ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਟੀ ਆ ਗਈ ਕਿ ਜਤ ਕਤੇ ਤਤੇ ਦ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਟੰ. And Bhagat Namadev Ji actually talk about that time themselves in their own words in Gurbani. Sangat Ji, look at Bhai Kanhaiya Ji. They reach that place of jat kate tate dristtan, of svarg mart pyal loka. It doesn't mean that loke world, it doesn't matter what world they were in, whether that was a Gursikh, whether that was a Mughal, whether that was a hill chief. It didn't matter to Bhai Kanhaiya Ji anymore, because now wherever they looked, jat kate, jithe bhi, wherever I look, kate, jithe bhi main dekhda, tate dristtan, I see you here, Waheguru Ji. Whether that be in somebody in the world is looking at this as a Mughal, is looking at this as an enemy, is looking at this person that is from Pyal, that is an asur. Kende, but kende par Bhai Kanhaiya Ji saying, kende now, but my eyes are seeing that even in this, that the world might be seeing as a demon, but I can see the light of God inside of him as well. Bhai Kanhaiya Ji, doesn't matter who came, they fed them pani as well. They fed them water as well. Because Sangat Ji, that's what it means when you reach that avastha. So Sangat Ji, we could give aneka hi praman ne. There's countless of examples, but I'll get told off if I could spend 2 kathas, 2 hours on just speaking on this one pankti of those Bhagats, those pyare that reached this avastha, Sangat Ji. By Nandalal Ji as well. By Nandalal Ji, they would be seeing Guru Gobind Singh Ji, Pacha Ji and everyone. Just like that time, by Nandalal Ji, they had the seva, they ran one of the langars in Anandpur Sahib. There wasn't just one langar. ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਹੀ ਕੇਵਲ ਲੰਗਰ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ. Langar actually means the kitchen where the food is prepared, that is given out with no cost. Bhai Nandalal Ji had one of their own langars in Anandpur Sahib, and there was multiple langars there. And all because there would be so much sangat. This is a royal court of the king, and all the langars would come together. And ek var Guru Gobind Singh Ji Pacha ne apna bhes badal ke na, because normally how did the sangat see Guru Gobind Singh Ji Pacha? They'd be wearing a kalgi. They had this royal plume on their royal dastar, royal turban on their dastar. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Pacha Ji would have their royal pashak on. They had beautiful kadiyai wale chole. The king of kings sitting on these gold thrones. Even the kings of the world would be coming and putting their head in the feet of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Padshah. Pyareo, raat da sama hoya. It's night time and Guru Gobind Singh Ji Pacha Ji changed their clothes. Che Pacha Ji, they tie a very rough dastar, a rough turban, a small little rough turban. And they put a parna around their mouth so you can't see their chehra, they can't see their face properly. And they're just wearing some dirty clothes. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Pacha Ji, it's late during this sama now. Sama hun pyareo jada ho gaya. And jado eh sama jado jada ho gaya na, eh hoya ki Guru Gobind Singh Ji Pacha Ji, it's about 10-11 o'clock at night. And what did Sache Pacha Ji do during this period? Guru Gobind Singh Ji Pacha Ji, they came out and they started going into each individual langar. And as they came into this langar, and they just go and sit there and not say anything, but just so for them, they would think that Guru Gobind Singh Ji Pacha has come now for some langar to eat. But as Guru Sahib Ji would go in, each and every person, with no matter which langar they went into, they looked at Guru Sahib Ji and they didn't know it was them. So oh ki ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੁਣ ਇਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਥੋੜੀ ਲੰਗਰ ਮਿਲਣਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ we're not going to be able to get ਲੰਗਰ now at this time ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਾ ਤਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆਟਾ ਗੁੱਝਾ ਆ ਸਮੇਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਦਰਬਾਰ ਦੀ ਸਮਾਪਤੀ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਸਾਰੇ ਨੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਛਕ ਲਿਆ. Now the ਸਮਾਪਤੀ has happened, and they said the ardas has happened as well of the diwan. Everybody else has ate langar, all the sangat has. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਥੋੜੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਕਵੇਲੇ ਆਏ ਨੇ. ਕਵੇਲੇ means out of time. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੋ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਵੇਲੇ ਹੁਣ ਆਏ ਆ ਤੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੁਣ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਾ ਆਟਾ ਗੁੱਝਾ ਆ. There's no ਆਟਾ here as well, and those langars were different. ਕਿਤੇ ਦਾਲ ਸਬਜ਼ੀ ਬਣਦੀ ਸੀਗੀ, ਕਿਤੇ ਮਿੱਠਾ ਬਣਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ, ਕਿਤੇ ਜਲੇਬੀਆਂ ਬਣਦੀਆਂ ਸੀਗੀਆਂ, ਕਿਤੇ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਭਟੂਰੇ ਕੱਢਦੇ ਹੋਣਗੇ. There's different things made in different langars. Some places just made sweets, things like jalebiyah, gulab jamun, and some places would have just made kheer, and some of the langars would have made roti prashada, some would have made bhature puriyan. Sangat Ji, and they all said that now ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਾ ਹੁਣ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਤੁੜਕਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੋਇਆ ਨਾਲ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਦਾਲ ਰਿੱਝੀ ਆ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ we've not boiled any lentils as well now at this time. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Pacha going from langar to langar, from langar to langar, and they're all saying the same now. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਪਾਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸਵੇਰ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮਾਫ ਕਰਨਾ, they're not knowing it's Pacha, they're saying whoever this is ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸਿੱਖਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ we're gonna ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੁਣ ਸਵੇਰ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜਲੇਬੀਆਂ ਕੱਢੂਗੇ ਤਿਆਰ ਕਰੂੰਗੇ. ਪਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜਦੋਂ ਭਾਈ ਨੰਦ ਲਾਲ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਲੰਗਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਨੇ, ਭਾਈ ਨੰਦ ਲਾਲ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਉੱਥੇ ਦਾਲ ਕੋਈ ਤਿਆਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗੀ. There was no dal, there was no lentils ready, ਨਾ ਹੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਕੋਈ ਸਬਜ਼ੀ, there were no vegetables that had been cooked as well. ਨਾ ਹੀ ਕੋਈ ਉੱਥੇ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਦਾ ਤਿਆਰ ਸੀ, ਨਾ ਹੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆਟਾ ਗੁੱਝਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ. There was no ਆਟਾ, there was no flour that had been needed and was ready to actually make rotiyan out of. But when soon as the moment Guru Gobind Singh Ji Paatshah Ji reaches there, ਪਿਆਰੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਕੀ ਹੋਇਆ, ਭਾਈ ਨੰਦ ਲਾਲ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਵੇਖ ਕੇ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਈ ਗੁਰੂ ਦਾ ਪਿਆਰਾ ਸਿੱਖ ਆਇਆ, that the beloved Sikh of my Guru has come, ਤਾਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਬਹਿ ਗਏ ਨੇ. ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ has sat down. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਬਸ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਬਸ 5-10 ਮਿੰਟ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਦੇਈਓ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮੈਂ ਹੁਣੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮੈਂ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਉਣਾ. They didn't say we've got nothing ready. ਤੇ ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਸਿੱਖ ਦੇ ਰੂਪ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮਿਲੂਗਾ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਇੱਥੇ ਛਕਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਮਿਲੂਗਾ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ will I get ਲੰਗਰ here today. ਤਾਂ ਭਾਈ ਨੰਦ ਲਾਲ ਜੀ ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲੂਗਾ, why won't you get ਲੰਗਰ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੇ ਮੁਖ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਆ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ this ਲੰਗਰ goes into the mouth of the Guru. ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਇਨਕਾਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ, we can't say no to the Guru. ਪਰ ਭਾਈ ਨੰਦ ਲਾਲ ਜੀ in that physically Guru Gobind Singh Ji Paatshah Ji hasn't showed themselves that who I am. ਭਾਈ ਨੰਦ ਲਾਲ ਜੀ go straight away. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਛੇਤੀ ਆਟਾ ਗੁੰਨਿਆ. They put the ਆਟਾ together, they put the dough, make the dough out of the flour. ਆਟਾ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਗੁੰਨ ਕੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਦਾ ਤਿਆਰ ਕੀਤਾ, ਰੋਟੀਆਂ ਬੇਲੀਆਂ ਨੇ, ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਦਾ ਤਿਆਰ ਕੀਤਾ, ਰੋਟੀਆਂ ਬੇਲੀਆਂ, ਤਾਜੀ ਰੋਟੀ ਬਣਾਈ. ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਰੋਟੀ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇੱਕ ਪਾਸੇ ਆਟਾ ਗੁੰਨਦੇ ਨੇ, ਦੂਸਰੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਦਾਲ ਤਿਆਰ ਕਰਨੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤੀ. On the other side they start to make it was either a sabji or a dal. ਛੇਤੀ ਇੱਕ ਸਬਜੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਤਿਆਰ ਕੀਤੀ. they put sabji, meaning they put this vegetable dish together. They make the roti, they bring it straight away as soon as they could. Obviously 5-10 ਮਿੰਟ ਤਾਂ it was a lot longer than 5-10 minutes. ਤਕਰੀਬਨ ਅੱਧਾ ਘੰਟਾ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ. ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੋਲੇ, and they sat there. ਆਨੰਦ ਨਾਲ ਉਹ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਦਾ ਛਕਿਆ. ਤਾਂ ਉਸ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਭਾਈ ਨੰਦ ਲਾਲ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਹੱਥ ਜੋੜ ਕੇ ਸੇਵਾ ਕੀਤੀ. ਤਾਂ ਦੂਸਰੇ ਦਿਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗੇ ਦੀਵਾਨ, when the next day came, during the day in the ਦੀਵਾਨ, my Guru Gobind Singh Ji ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ saying, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਅੱਜ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸਿਰਾ ਪਾਉ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਦੇਵਾਂਗੇ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਅਨੰਦਪੁਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੰਗਰ ਲਾਇਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਆ. ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ said whoever has got a langar that distributes langar in Anandpur Sahib, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ they will all get a siropa today, a siropa, a robe of honor. ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਤੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਲੰਗਰ ਲਾਇਆ ਸੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਤਿਆਰ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਨੇ. whoever actually had a langar there in Anandpur Sahib, they all get ready to receive a siropa, to receive this blessing from Guru Gobind Singh Ji Paatshah Ji. ਸਿਰ ਤੋਂ ਪੈਰ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਪੈਰ ਤੱਕ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਸੇਵਾ ਕੀਤੀ ਆ, that's what it means, that I've completely given their entire whole body, their wealth, their mind to the Guru to serve. ਤਨ ਮਨ ਧਨ ਸਭ ਸੌਂਪ ਗੁਰ ਕੋ ਹੁਕਮ ਮੰਨਿਆ ਪਾਈਏ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਉੱਥੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਮੇਰੇ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਕੀ ਕੀਤਾ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਤਨ ਮਨ ਧਨ ਸਭ ਸੌਂਪ ਗੁਰ ਕੋ. ਪਰ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਨਾਮ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਬੁਲਾਉਂਗੇ ਇੱਕ ਜਾਣੇ ਨੂੰ. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Paatshah Ji said, I'll call everyone up by saying their name. ਪਰ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗੇ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਭਾਈ ਨੰਦ ਲਾਲ ਜੀ ਅੱਗੇ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸਿਰਾ ਪਾਓ ਲਓ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ come forward ਭਾਈ ਨੰਦ ਲਾਲ ਜੀ and take this ਸਿਰੋਪਾ. ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਭਾਈ ਨੰਦ ਲਾਲ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਸੀਸ ਉੱਪਰ ਸਰੋਪਾ ਬੰਨਿਆ. They give him that honor and they tied it upon the dastar. ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਚੁੱਪ ਕਰ ਗਏ. All the rest are waiting that Guru Gobind Singh Ji Paatshah Ji will call us as well. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Paatshah Ji ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਅਨੰਦਪੁਰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇੱਕੋ ਹੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਲੱਗਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ. There is only one ਲੰਗਰ in ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਅਨੰਦਪੁਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ that is of ਭਾਈ ਨੰਦ ਲਾਲ. ਕਰਕੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਭਾਈ ਨੰਦ ਲਾਲ ਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਰਾਤ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇੱਕ ਲੰਗਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਏ ਸਾਂ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ I came into each ਲੰਗਰ last night. and ਤਾਂ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ all the others they put their heads down on their ਸੀਸ ਨੀਵੇਂ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ. ਤੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕੇਵਲ ਭਾਈ ਨੰਦ ਲਾਲ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੱਲ ਰਾਤ ਲੰਗਰ ਛਕਾਇਆ. ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਰੂਪ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਆਉਣਾ ਹੈ. We don't know what form the Guru is going to take and come before us. We don't know what form that Satguru Ji, that Vaheguru Ji is going to take to come before us. And in our hearts we are serving the Guru. ਪਰ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਅਸਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਹਨੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਦਰਵਾਜ਼ਾ ਖੜਕਾ ਕੇ ਇੱਕ ਦਿਨ ਸਾਡੇ ਘਰ ਹੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਆ ਜਾਣਾ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਦਾ ਛਕਣ. Sometimes somebody might phone us and say to us themselves that they're coming over, ਅਸੀਂ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ? And we're thinking that no, we've got our own plans, our own ideas of how we're going to serve the Guru. Sometimes someone picks up the phone and says, we're coming over today. A Guru da pyara, Guru da Sikh contacts us. And ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕੀ ਆ, ਮੱਥੇ ਤੇ ਤਿਉੜੀਆਂ ਪਿਆ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ ਕਿ ਯਾਰ ਇਹਨੇ ਅੱਜ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਆ ਜਾਣਾ. And sometimes we crease up our forehead thinking that, how come they're going to come over? ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਇੱਕੋ ਹੀ ਲੱਗਾ ਸੀ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇਹ ਨੰਦ ਲਾਲ ਉਹ ਆ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਹੀ ਰੂਪ ਸਭਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਆਉਂਦਾ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਖਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਲੰਗਰ ਛਕਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਆ. ਜਤ ਕਤੇ ਤਤੇ ਦ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਟੰ, ਇਹ ਮਾਰਗ ਭਰਾ ਤਿੱਖਾ ਆ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ. ਖੰਨਿਓ ਤਿੱਖੀ ਵਾਲ ਹੋ ਨਿੱਕੀ, ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਮਾਰਗ ਜਾਣਾ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਮਾਰਗ ਉਹ ਆ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਖੰਨਿਓ ਤਿੱਖੀ, this path is so sharp. ਖੰਨਿਓ ਤਿੱਖੀ ਵਾਲ ਹੋ ਨਿੱਕੀ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ it's thinner than a strand of hair. ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਮਾਰਗ ਜਾਣਾ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਭਗਤ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਆ, a devotee is that. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦੀ ਜਿਨੀ ਆਪ ਤਜਿਆ ਹਰ ਵਾਸਨਾ ਸਮਾਣੀ. A ਭਗਤ is that, a devotee is that, is ਭਾਈ ਨੰਦ ਲਾਲ ਜੀ, ਜਿਹਨੇ ਤਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਨਾਲ with the grace of the Guru Prasadi Jini aap tajya, who has completely let go of themselves. There is no place for ego where there is devotion. Bhai Nand Lal ji pyareo, they can only see Guru Gobind Singh ji Paatshah ji, Guru Prasadi Jini aap tajya da bhav, you know what it means to with somebody that lets go of themselves, that may let go of greed in themselves. And just like in this it says lab lobh ahankar taj trishna bahut nahi bolna. Somebody might not speak a lot. These are the nishaniyan of a bhagat. They don't speak a lot. Lab, they don't have no lab inside of them, meaning they don't chase the pleasures of the world. Lobh, no greed inside of them. Hankar, they don't have no pride inside of them. Pyareo, but you know what? ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਇੱਕ ਸਟੇਜ ਹੋਰ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ. There's a stage that comes after this. There's somebody that's let go of pride. You don't look down on anyone anymore. There's somebody that has now has no greed inside of them in wanting more. Somebody now hasn't got love inside of them. Jeeb de chaske is constantly always chasing after the pleasures of their senses. Kande those people, they might not speak much anymore because they're very conscious in what they say and do and speak. But pyareo, Trishna, Taj Trishna, they've let go of their desires. But that's not what makes a bhagat. That's not what makes somebody like Bhai Nand Lal ji. Who is it that jat kateh tateh dristtan svarg mart piyal loka? Who is it that sees God inside of everyone? Guru Prasadi Jini ਆਪ ਤਜਿਆ. ਇਹ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਤਜ ਕੇ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਪਰਖ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ. Why is this path so fine? ਖੰਨਿਓ ਤਿੱਖੀ ਵਾਲ ਹੋ ਨਿੱਕੀ. Because when somebody actually becomes that, they give up their pride, they give up all of these things. Now again, there's going to be a sukham swarup home. There's going to be now a very subtle form of ego that is left to get over. And what is that ego? Of recognizing that I have given anything up. Recognizing that I am not greedy. The moment I say I am not greedy, in that moment, pyareo, that's it. That means we haven't let go of ourselves yet. Just like that sadhu, kende ek sadhu si jangla vich betha. They said there was a sadhu, there was a king. There was a king sat in some jungle. And as this king is sat in a jungle, he's given up all his kingdom because he didn't find sukh there. He didn't find any happiness there. So he thought that, you know what, now forget it all. I'm going to leave. He had multiple wives. He had multiple servants. He left everyone. But we don't know who's going to come and give us that true gyan, give us that wisdom. He sat in a jungle. And one day there was a chor running through that jungle. There was a thief that was running through that jungle. that thief stumbled upon this king. And pyareo, when this thief stumbled on this king looked at that thief and he said, yaar, he goes, "Aithe bhi nahi chain." He goes, "I'm not even allowed to sit here in peace. He goes, "Here's people, I don't know who you are, tu pata nahi keda chor aa gaya. Don't know what chor you are that running past you and bumped into me. What have you done?" Looking down at him, the pride still there. And the king, he's saying, "मैं घर बार छड्डिया, मैं महल छड्डे, मैं इस्त्रियां छड्डियां, मैं उत्थे मेरे एहलकार छड्डे, मैं सारा मेरे घोड़े छड्डे, मैं उत्थे रथ छड्डे." He's saying that, "Let go of my mansions, I let go of my carts, I let go of my chariots, I let go of my servants." He goes, "I let go of everything to sit here to try and meditate on God." ਉਹ ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗਾ, ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ, "ਰਾਜਾ ਤੂੰ ਕੀ ਛੱਡਿਆ?" ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਰਾਜਾ, ਉਹ ਚੋਰ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ, "ਰਾਜਾ ਤੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਛੱਡਿਆ." ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਅਸਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਛੱਡਣਾ ਸੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਤੂੰ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਲੈ ਬੈਠਾ ਆ। ਕਹਿੰਦੇ that thing that you was meant to let go of, you haven't let go of, you've actually kept that with you. ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਤੂੰ ਛੱਡਣਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਆਪਣੀ ਮੈਂ, ਤਾਂ ਤੂੰ ਬਸ ਕਹੀ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਛੱਡ ਦਿੱਤਾ, ਮੈਂ ਛੱਡ ਦਿੱਤਾ, I have me, I। ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਤੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਲੱਤ ਮਾਰ ਕੇ ਆਇਆ, that thing that you said I have kicked, you've kicked your mal away। ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਨਾ, ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਤੂੰ ਲੱਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਾਰੀ, ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਲੱਤ ਮਾਰ, yes you kicked him in the way that you're not there physically anymore with them। ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਪਰ ਤੂੰ ਲੱਤ ਇਹੋ ਜੀ ਮਾਰੀ, ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਤੇਰੇ ਲੱਤ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਚੁੰਬੜ ਕੇ ਤੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਆ ਗਈਆਂ। He goes, as you kicked your palaces and all those wives that you had, he goes, you've ended up bringing them and with your feet, he goes, you've dragged them along with you, with your legs। He goes, you're still sitting here with them, you haven't let go of I am, कि मैं छड्डिया। ਇਹ ਫਾਈਨਲ ਸਟੇਜ ਆ ਜਦੋਂ ਹਉਮੈ ਜਦੋਂ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਛੱਡਿਆ। ਪਿਆਰਿਓ, ਭਗਤ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਆ ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ, ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਭਗਤ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਆ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਐਂਡ that goes crazy, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬਾਵਰਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਆ, ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੈਂ ਕੀ ਛੱਡਿਆ। ਕੋਈ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਦਵੇ ਨਾ ਕਿ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਇੰਨਾ you're so great that you've given this up, you've done that, they'll say they don't know because they're in love, they've gone crazy। ਪਿਆਰਿਓ, ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਭਾਈ ਨੰਦ ਲਾਲ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਕੇਵਲ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਸਨ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜਤ ਕਤੇ ਤਤੇ ਦ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਟੰ ਸਵਰਗ ਮਰਤ ਪਿਆਲ ਲੋਕੈ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸਰਬੱਤਰ ਰਮਣੰ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਹੈ। That's why ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸਰਬੱਤਰ, everywhere now what do they see? Ramanang means that one that is pervading, the one that is omnipresent, the one that is everywhere। ਕਹਿੰਦੇ all they see is that one Govinda is Waheguru ji। They see Waheguru ji pervading in everything, sarbatr। ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਾਨਕ ਲੇਪ, but just like that they don't hold on to what they've done। Bhai Nand Lal ji did not hold on to anything. They actually felt ashamed of coming up to Guru Gobind Singh ji Pacha ji, because they didn't even recognize that they had done that. They didn't even see that main shikaya, I did that even though somebody came out of ours. No, because Guru they've let go of what they've done, pyareo, and that's why kehne nanak lep। Sangat ji, what does lep mean? Lep means to plaster. So you know when you plaster something onto the wall, they have got no lep, shape. What does shape mean? Shape means any form of kalesh. Kalesh can come in many forms. Kalesh can be hankar, pride. Kalesh can come, there's that kalesh when somebody is very argumentative, that came up in morning's hukamnama. But kalesh can be in nindya, in slander, in pride, in all of these things. They're not plastered with these. Na lipyate means stuck. These things are not stuck onto them. They are beyond that, pyareo. Then what does their life become? Previously, their life may have consisted of bhikhya, of poison, ਪਰ ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗੇ ਹੁਣ ਮੇਰੇ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਭਿਖਿਆ ਭਿਅੰਤ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤੰ। ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕੀ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੁਣ? ਕਹਿੰਦੇ that now ਭਿਖਿਆ that was inside of me, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ now, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ because I see you everywhere, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ from being bhikhya, from being filled with poison, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ that's now ਭਿਅੰਤ turned into amritam। Now that's turned into amritang, it's turned into nectar. It's now all that bitterness inside of me has become sweet now. Sangat ji, Paach ji kende eho vis sansar tum dekh de. You know, there's, like I said, there's multiple meanings to Pangtiyan in Gurbani. And this Pangti in Anand Sahib, Paach ji kende eho vis sansar tum dekh de. Kende vis, even though in this, when you look at the translations here, the translations that you're looking at on the screen, the vis will be translated to all, and over here it said as this whole. But there's another translation to vis. And if we kind of break some of the grammar rules, then we do a secondary arth. A secondary arth here to vis can come from the word bik. Bik means poison. That when I wasn't complete within myself yet, because in my mind, I was looking through the lens of my ego, and my ego is full of dirt. And that's the nature of ego. Ego is full of dirt because I see me and I see you. I see me being higher and see you being lower. I have this duality, there's you and me, there's something to be jealous of. Paach ji ta kehn lage kende par kende eho vis, this world that I saw as poison first, because there was poison inside of me. Just like Paach ji kende man apne te bura mitana. Kende once I took out the buriyaiyan, once I took the dirt out of my mind, because I was looking through the lens of ego, and when I was looking through the lens of ego, that I saw everyone dirty. I saw this world to be poisonous. You know, we'll say, oh, bahut hi mada ya. It's disgusting, this place is. You know, I can't believe the state of this world. The people in this world they're just disgusting. Kende ehu vis sansar tum dekhde, kende man apne te bura mitana pekhe sagal srisht sajana. Kende, but now, kende, when I took out that dirt out of my mind, kende, now I see everyone as my friend. Pekhe sagal srisht sajana. Paach ji te kehn lage, kende ke ho maila mal kab hu na dhove. Pyare, when we read Gurbani like this, it'll start washing us from inside. We spoke, kende Gurbani syo rang laye. When we actually fall in love through Gurbani, kende ho maila mal kab hu na dhove. When we do everything from a place of home, from a place of ego, home mela. Home, the nature of ego, of this I am, is that it's mela, it's dirty. Then when I try and do something in this world that is even said to be a good deed, but how can I wash myself if I'm doing something with dirt? So how can I, Sangat ji, how can I say that this body is dirty? Home. This body is dirty. I want to clean this body. But what I do is, to clean this body, I get a whole load of dirt. I get more mitti, more dirt, more mud. And I start to rub it. And I'm saying now, I'm going to clean myself up here. I'm going to clean the mud off my body, and then I get mud and I start cleaning it. How can you clean this filthy mind with filth? It can't happen. Can home mela mal kabuna to it can never happen, can it? But many times we do that. Paach kene home which ditta, home which leya. Paach ji ta bani ch ta kende sanu in Sri Asa ki var Guru Paach ji, Guru Nanak Dev ji Paach ji kehn lage kende home which ditta, kende I give charity. But just like we went through one of the other sloks, I give charity to somebody that is needy. We use these type of words, you know, giving to the needy. Eh pyareo, Paatshah ch da kehn lage kende na pyareo, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜੇ ਤੂੰ ਸੋਚਦਾ ਤੂੰ ਦੇ ਰਿਆਂ ਤੂੰ ਬਣ ਗਿਆ ਦਾਤਾ now you become the giver, but there's only one giver in this world. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਤਾਂ ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗੇ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸਭ ਜਗਤ ਭਿਖਾਰੀਆ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ the whole world is a beggar, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ but there's only one giver. ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਆਓ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਕਹਿਣ ਲੱਗੇ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਉਮੈ ਵਿੱਚ ਦਿੱਤਾ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ they give in ਹਉਮੈ, and even if we think we're doing something good, but we're still doing it in ਹਉਮੈ. ਪਰ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਭਗਤ ਭਾਈ ਨੰਦ ਲਾਲ ਜੀ, they wasn't giving to somebody that's hungry, that a hungry, needy, homeless person. They saw Waheguru Ji in everything and everyone. There's those people that vis sansar tum dekhde, they see this world to be poison when we've still got poison within this mind. Kende, but then there's a realization that comes, kende vis sansar tum dekhte, kende iho har ka roop hai. Kende, but then an avastha comes when we see, oh wow, actually kende iho har ka roop hai. Kende, this is actually the image of God, all this world is. Why? Because now har roop nadri aya, because now they've actually got the vision, because now the home is gone, the ego is gone. Now they see Waheguru Ji jat kateh tateh dristtan swarg mart pyal loka ਸਰਬਤ ਰਮਣ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਨਾਨਕ ਲੇਪ ਛੇਪ ਨਾ ਲਿਪਿਆ ਤੇ ਵਿਖਿਆ ਭਯੰਤ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤੰ. ਪਿਆਰਿਓ, these people now, there's no bick inside of them left. There's no bitterness left inside of them. Everything inside of them has become Amrit. Amrit means now all that's left inside of them is pyar, is love. How powerful is love? How powerful is this pyar? This pyar is that powerful, that pyaryo Amrit. Even when somebody's got the Amrit, the nectar of love inside of them, even if somebody, that person, they get to that ability, some of them, that even when they consume poison, actual poison that kills you, that poison has no effect on them, because then that Amrit inside takes over and it even replenishes, it even destroys that poison that's gone inside of them. Quick disclaimer, don't try this at home, because these things, Gyani Kalwant Singh Ji was saying, kite vartadiyan cheejan, these things that happen very, very, very rarely. It's never mind even probably 1 in a million, it's probably 1 in a billion. But I'm telling you, these things have happened. Sanghaji in 1500s is around the year of about 1500, some say 1502, was born such a Bhagat by the name of Mirabai. Mirabai, pyaryo, her saloks that were filled with so much pyar, with so much love, they said that are found in Bhai Banno Ji's Beer. Bhai Banno Ji's Beer is that when Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatshah Ji, when they completed Sri Adi Granth Sahib, they says there was a Sikh by the name of Bhai Banno, and he actually made a copy of Sri Adi Granth Sahib, but added some verses and poems in there that Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatshah Ji hadn't actually added in Sri Adi Granth Sahib. And some of those were Mirabai sloks. Mirabai Sanghaji was that Bhagatan, that woman that was filled with love. She had nothing but love inside of her. Her love was for Krishna Ji. And Krishna Ji, remember, had happened about 5,000 years before her. But where love is concerned, time does not matter where love is concerned. The need of the physical body of somebody being present is not needed where love is concerned, because love is so much more powerful than time. is beyond time. Love is beyond the boundaries of a body. She was born into a royal family. She's born into a Rajput royal family, and she's married off into another royal family in Rajasthan. As she's married off, but her love for Krishna ji is so deep inside of her heart, she sees nothing but Krishna ji. And Sangat ji, she, in the eyes of the family, she's bringing shame to the family. Because she being somebody that she's a daughter-in-law of this royal family. Royal families, they bring women in of lower castes and watch them dance before their eyes. They bring in dancing girls themselves. But Mirabai has become so besotted and has lost herself in love, in the love of her, who is God for her is Krishna. And she would constantly walk around with a murti of Krishna, with a little idol of Krishna ji. She walked around with that. But you know, Sangat ji, when you're in love from inside, everything for you is blossoming. Everything is a dance for you, and you express yourself in different ways. As Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pacha ji showed us that expression through singing Kirtan constantly. Whether that be sat in jungles, doesn't matter where they were sat, but Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pacha expressed this love via singing. Mirabai, she expressed this love by dancing. She sang beautiful poetry in the name of Krishna ji, but she also, as she's praising Krishna ji, she also praises then that she gives hints of even that Vaheguru ji that sits in each and every heart, that is dancing in each and every heart. She goes out dancing in the streets. She's got kungra on. Those little bells she wears in her feet, goes out dancing, playing the flute, singing these songs, besotted in love. She's just gone crazy. Her family couldn't tolerate this. They saying, what's happened to her? What does it mean, Sangat ji, that even though this has got an internal meaning, Bhikhya piyant amritang, that having that poison, you might have had poison inside of you before, and then it becomes amrit, but somebody that actually becomes so much in love with something inside, that how much power has that love got? She goes singing, and one day they say, what happens? Ek din hoya ki pyareo Mirabai, ਆਪਾਂ ਦਾ ਨਾ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ listen to the sakhis, listen to the stories of these great bhagats, so that our hearts can be filled with love, ਕਿ ਸਾਡਾ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਕਿ ਆਪਣਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹਿਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਭਰ ਜਾਵੇ. But there's those that are intellectual minded, there's those ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ say to us, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੁਣ ਸਾਖੀ ਮਨ. I always quote this pankti per kende sun sakhi, listen to the stories. Man jap pyar. What is the point of us sharing stories with each other? We're not trying to get the chronological order accurate of when things happen exactly what date was it when this happened. Was it exactly here they sat here and said this? No, the whole point is that we get the juice out of there, that ਸਾਨੂੰ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਰਸ ਕਿਤੇ ਮਿਲ ਜਾਵੇ, ਕਿ ਜੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਚੋਂ ਰਸ ਮਿਲ ਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਸਾਡਾ ਵੀ ਹਿਰਦਾ ਰਸ ਨਾਲ ਭਰ ਜਾਵੇ. If it just becomes a whole debating conversation with some, ਉਹਦਾ ਕੀ ਫਾਇਦਾ? ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜਪ ਮਨ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮਨ ਜਪ ਪਿਆਰ ਜਾਮਲ ਉਦਰਿਆ ਕਹੇ ਇੱਕ ਬਾਰ. Listen to the stories of those like Ajamal, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ listen to the stories of those like Valmiki Hua, ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗ of Valmiki ji, Sangat ji, that Maharishi Valmiki ji that actually wrote the words of Ramayana that were filled with love, and how his heart was filled with so much love as well for Ramchandra ji and for Love and Kush. Pyare, for those kende Dhruv ko milya har ne sang, kende of Bhagat Dhruv ji, listen to these stories. Kende terya santa jachon charan rain. Pyareo, look at these beautiful words that Guru Tan Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji Pacha ji used for these beautiful saints. Kende I kende teriya santa jacho charan rain. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Pacha Singh, kende I beg for the dust of your saints' feet. Mirabai, she's dancing, she's lost it in love for Krishna Ji, and through Krishna Ji, she's found that love everywhere. She's found that true Krishna inside of her heart as well. And she hears that there's a beautiful mandir that is dedicated to Krishna Ji. And in that mandir, she hears that there's a beautiful, for us, we use the word statue, but there was no statue for her, I'll tell you that. Because for her, through that statue, that idol, I feel like an idiot of even using that word idol or statue, because for her, it was the same as that patthar. It was same as that stone for Bhagata Naji, that with his innocence, that actually had union with Vaheguru Ji, with God. She went into that mandir, pyareo, but that mandir, it was forbidden for women to go into that mandir. There's one thing, Sangat Ji, when somebody's drinking that ras of Naam, they don't care. Somebody that's thirsty, they don't want to know that water in that way. They don't want to know that water intellectually. Somebody that is dying of thirst, if you say to them, koni pani pee lai, par odon peevi jadon tenu samjh aa gayi कि ਇਹ ਹਾਈਡਰੋਜਨ ਇਦਾਂ ਆ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਇੰਨੇ ਪਾਰਟ ਆਕਸੀਜਨ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਤੂੰ ਮਾਰ ਗੋਲੀ ਮੈਂ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਮਾਰ ਸਿੱਟਣਾ ਇਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਾਣੀ ਪਿਲਾ ਦੇ he goes oh never mind that you get out my way मैं मर जाना इत्थे प्यास मैनू इन्नी मैं तो मरदा पिया I'm dying with thirst here I just want to drink it and प्यारे those that have fallen in love they have gone beyond their intellect they don't care about understanding they don't want to understand love they don't want to understand God they just want to drink God they want to drink Krishna Ji they want to drink Guru Gobind Singh Ji Bhai Nand Lal Ji जिनको लगी प्यास अमृत से खाए कहते ओ ता उन्होंने they consume they're drenched प्यारियो she's gone in it's forbidden this mandir is forbidden for a woman to come into this mandir because ओथे एक somebody there's a celibate that lives within that mandir that doesn't allow any women to come inside because he swore an oath to not even look at another woman Oh Brahmacharya, he's a Bala Brahmachari. Brahmachari means that lives in celibacy for their whole life. But she didn't care for any rules because she's lost in love. In love, there are no rules. There's nothing. She's gone in singing, drenched in singing to this Murti. And he's there, gone into a panic. Remember, he is the Brahmachari that's lived under this whole, discipline of not looking at a woman, and he lives in a mandir. He's right in front of an idol of Krishna his whole life. He goes crazy. He's running around. He goes, oh, mera dharam prishth kar ditta. He said, you've ruined my whole dharam, my whole way of living. And he says, I swore an oath of not looking at another woman for the rest of my life. He goes, don't you know that women aren't allowed into this mandir? प्यारियो इन्हू कहंदे प्यार इन्हू कहंदे ने जात kateh tateh dristtan to be able to see Vaheguru Ji everywhere sarvatra ramanangar govinda and she says for me she says ਇੱਥੇ ਤਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਕੇਵਲ ਇੱਕ ਹੀ ਪੁਰਸ਼ ਹੈ कहती दूसरा भी पुरुष है कहती दूसरे भी पुरुष है she said there's another man you're saying that I'm a man that doesn't look at another woman she said कहती है और कोई पुरुष she goes नहीं she goes पुरुष ता केवल एक है वो कृष्ण है और सब नारियां हैं she goes मैं नारी हैं she said there's only one being there's only one man she said that is Krishna she says how can there be another man she said you've been living here your whole life with Krishna Ji and you still see yourself as a man Pyareo Guru Sahib Ji's Bani says this as well ए जग में एक पुरख है और सगली नार सभाई, इस जग में एक पुरख है. This is an avastha. We can try and understand this intellectually. इस जग में एक पुरुष है और सगली नार सभाई. We can try and understand this intellectually, but no. इस जग में, oh sorry, I was saying it the wrong way around. I've not seen this Pangati for years and years. इस जग में पुरख एक है और सगली नार सभाई. Sangat ji, this is an experience. She's experiencing this. She said, I don't see any other purush. She said, is there another man here? She said, there isn't. There's only one man. She says, you are just another soul bride as well. And she says, I'm a soul bride. Pyaro here, look at Paach ji, tije Paach. This is an experience. How can we know this intellectually? We have to drink this love. Kende sab ghat bhogve, alipt rehe alakh na lakhana jai. Kende that one is in the hearts of everyone. She walks out of that mandir, and that day he woke up. He said, my bhakti hasn't even started. That's love. When a family finds out that she's going out and dancing, and they said that you're bringing shame to us, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਭਾ ਇੱਕ ਇਕੱਠੀ ਕੀਤੀ. They created this court with other pandits there, Brahmins there, and the Brahmins actually gave her a punishment to say that for you to drink poison as you are bringing shame to this family to get rid of yourself. Sangaji, when she went to drink that poison, they say that poison, ਉਸ ਜ਼ਹਿਰ ਨੇ ਉਸ ਮੀਰਾ ਬਾਈ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਅਸਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ, had no effect on her, that poison. Why? Because each cell of her body had become amrit, had become nectar. That poison could not remain and last inside of her because her amrit had made even that poison into amrit. That's the power of love. Sangaji, Bhikhya Payant Amritang. There's people that have got that much love inside of them, even poison becomes amrit inside of them. How do we know that we're seeing Vaheguruji everywhere? There's one thing saying it, but then the other thing is when there was the poison of slander on our tongue, but now it's gone, now it's amrit. Now all that's on our tongue is sweetness. Now all that's on our tongue is that one that we are crazy about. Bhikhya payant amritam drishna sakha savajjane. For them, they may have seen people to be their enemies before that, but now they see no enemies. Now everybody is their sakha, is their savajjane, is their friend. Dukhang payant. Dukhang payant sukhyang. Now there is no suffering left in their life. All their suffering has become sukhyang, has become peace for them. Pā pītang na nirpe hai. Paach ji kende, in Punjabi vich kende ami pā pītana hoya kar. Pā pīt means to have fear inside of you. All that pā means fear, pītang means the person that is feeling the fear. The person that is full of fear, the fearful ones. Kende na nirpe, kende ta nirpe, now they've become fearless. Cheb na lipyate Sangaji. So I had planned to go through 4 sloks, but it is what it is. So jeh kinche teh jao, gale hamare jewelry, jeh kinche teh jao. That is a chain around my neck, and wherever I get pulled, I get taken. Ki kariye kabir ko karam ko mutiha meru now. Paach ji, all I can say is that it's easy to say that I'm your dog, but truly, Paach ji, make me your dog. That make me live in such a way that gale hamare jewelry, that I can become such a dog to you that, Hey Vaheguruji, that I know it never go out of place, and that I give this chain in your hand, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, and I only go there where you pull me. So it's easy for someone like me to use a pankti like that to recite, to justify my actions of my katha, but the truth is it's a very, very deep concept about Baljit ji saying this pankti. So pyareo, that in tomorrow's katha, I am going to come back to this because there'll be a lot of fada for us, there will be a lot in it for us if we looked into what it means that whilst there's challenging times, whilst there's things that are what I perceived previously to be dukh, to be suffering, but now it's not dukh anymore, it's sukh for me now. And how is it being full of fear, that fear's gone? So we'll spend a little bit of time on that tomorrow, and then we'll continue on to the next slok. So Sangat ji, itniyan bentiyan parwan karniyan, because I've still got left the than bihoon bisram namang nanak kirpal har har gure. So but just the akri arth of that is than bihoon bisram. So that those that have got no place, their place of rest becomes that naam, Nanak Kirpal Har Har Gure. When my Guru, Hari Roop Guru, when my Guru, the form of Vaheguru Ji, blesses me with their grace. So Sangat ji, let's continue this tomorrow in the 17th part, and we'll look at the deeper concepts of still being in the same surroundings, but now when the mindset shifts and changes, and I don't have experienced any dukh anymore. So Sangat ji, please forgive me for all my mistakes. So often when this happens, I had not even a little inkling in my mind of talking about Bhakti by Nandalal ji, but hopefully we can still take so much away from that by Nandalal ji did not say from home which ditta, home which laya, that I have given to them. It is just the blessing of Vaheguru Ji, and Vaheguru Ji is playing this game and giving and taking, not seeing yourself being in that and completely letting go of what you have let go of. That's what it means to be a Bhagat. So itni ek benti pravan, Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.